You know, I saw my mom playing some puzzle games, which that made me wonder. Let's talk about video games with puzzles. Alright, so I brought 5 of them. So we're gonna go in order. Now, there's not gonna be, it's just only gonna be this scene, and then we'll show you the game. So, first up is Dr. Mario. The second, Yoshi. Third, Tetris 2. Fourth, Kirby's Avalanche. And yes, this is how I actually bought it. I feel bad for this now that I realize I should have bought one without this sticker label. The fifth one is this Sailor Moon puzzle game, which I like to call it the point and click puzzle game. And finally, the last Sailor Moon puzzle game, which is, it's a heart-eating thing. But anyways, I will say, these puzzle games are very interesting. See, back then, puzzle, we know what a puzzle is. You put one piece and you put another piece, and then that's about it. You connect it. But puzzle games makes it more intense. The most icon of puzzles has to be Tetris. I mean, I think that's what I believe. If there's another one before Tetris, let me know in the comments. Alright, without further said, let's start this review.
You know, it's pretty rare to now talk about NES games, but anyways, Dr. Mario is a simple and a fun puzzle game. The goal of this game is obviously simple. Eliminate the virus with pills. But the difference, well, actually, the more weird thing about it is that Miyamoto, the creator of Mario, has confirmed that Mario is not a doctor, but the game is titled Dr. Mario, so does this mean that it's another Mario from another universe, that he didn't become a plumber but became a doctor? But in the end, Dr. Mario is a very good game. A very interesting one, since it is, of course, a game I grew up with on the Game Boy, and later on I would end up getting the NES version. Yoshi, how do I describe this? This is a type of puzzle game where your goal is two options. You can either stack this same enemy twice, or put them in the egg and then let it hatch. Yeah, this is there's a lot of puzzle games that exist out there, and you know, it's actually pretty interesting. Well, obviously that it's only allowed to drop 2. Sometimes it's 3, but mostly it's 2. I think this is another game I got on the Game Boy, but since, you know, I rarely play the Game Boy, but I still enjoy it. One cool thing is that whenever you get the egg pieces together, you'll see a Yoshi, but if you get more, it's a possible chance that you could get a bigger Yoshi with wings. But in the end, this is a great game. I highly recommend you if you're into puzzle swap games. Now, Tetris 2 has too many games, however, I'm going to be talking about one of them that I find them really weird. The goal of this game is not making like a full, a full bar of the shapes, but instead, it's removing the colors, and if you remove the main one, the ones are there, the other colors will be gone. But it's just a weird mode I've ever played in Tetris, out of every other Tetris game. You know, one thing that kind of distracts me a little is the background. It has a design. Why couldn't they go with just a plain color? I mean, it would have been better off, or just some patterns. That would have been nice. Oh well, I guess that's how Tetris 2 is. But yeah. So, anyways, the game is good. I like it. Really enjoyed it. And it's been a long time I haven't played this game. Maybe I should live stream myself playing this game. You know, for surprising enough that Kirby's Avalanche features a lot of voice acting. My goodness, I love the introduction to it. The music is so good. So the game is... Wait a second. Wait a minute, this reminds me of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. However, this has like characters talking to each other, which I'm very surprised. No other Super Nintendo game could do that in a puzzle game. I mean, you know, it's a Kirby game, so yeah. So the music is very kind of very cheerful and happy. But like I said, this reminds me of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Now, some people think that Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine was the first game to ever come up with this idea, but actually turns out there exists another game called Puyo Puyo. So technically, Puyo Puyo originated it, but then Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine came, and then after that, Kirby's Avalanche. I think Kirby's Avalanche was much more better with music than Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, even though it's catchy. Kirby, you tried your best, but in the end, your game is still good. I kind of recommend all of you to try it out. It's a really fun game. When you start this game, you get this awesome remix. Well, I'm glad Dragon Ball Z doesn't have puzzle games. To be honest about it, I would love to have this as a ringtone if somebody ever calls me. The game is a point and click style, so your goal is obviously, and this is weird to say, but the more you have the colors, the more you can outsmart your opponent. However, I find this game very difficult and a very interesting one. The blocks respawns at the very top, and what's crazy is that you can use special powers, but it only works depends which character you use. But in a way, this game is a really good game. Just, glad that DBZ doesn't have any puzzle games. In this Sailor Moon puzzle game, your goal is to eat hearts, but not only that, is to get the 3 talisman. If you had watched Sailor Moon S, which I am actually currently watching right now, then you understand what I'm talking about. But also, you have to touch the light blue hearts in order to show what color. Sometimes it's items, sometimes it's baddies. Avoid those, by the way. And you want to do this really fast because you do not want your opponent to take you down that easily. Sometimes there are hearts connected to the opponent's side, and then there are times where the music changes when you're very close getting the last talisman. But to be fair, this is a really great game, and I have to give credit. This is one of the best Sailor Moon games I've ever tried out. And I'm still hoping to see a brand new Sailor Moon game, whether it's fighting, beat 'em up, or puzzle.